You know, just having, you know, a strong background, strong mother, strong, you know, little brothers, and, you know, a strong support system behind me just to always support me. Even though the season started all rough, you know, I had them behind me to help keep me grounded, and that really helped. You know, I worked as hard as I can, you know, last summer to prepare for the season, and that just kind of carried over into the year. You know, I was a lot more poised, a lot more comfortable out there, and, you know, it's a lot more easier when you know that you're going to play. You know, 20, 25 minutes a game. I knew I was going to get in around the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, and I had to prepare myself for that. It was fun. I had a good year this year, but, you know, I'm looking for an even better year next year.
Where did you feel like you really improved your game?
You know, I kind of started seeing my game more improve probably about my fifth game back. You know, I had 20 and 10 off the bench my first two games, and, you know, I think some people kind of thought it was just, oh yeah, it's his first two games, but he had something to prove. But, you know, I kind of continued that consistency all year, and, you know, that helped me, you know, become, you know, one of the long-term pieces to the Bulls.
Now, your three-point shooting looks really good. I think you're like at 36%. I mean, what kind of three-points you're hitting? What kind of weapon is that for a guy your size?
It's very big, you know, with the NBA game today, you know, all bigs are putting the ball on the floor, making plays for other teammates, and, you know, ultimately shooting threes. That's something I've been doing for a long time. It just hasn't started now. I just started making a lot more and being more consistent with it now.
Now, Arkansas is going to have a lot of incoming freshmen this upcoming year. Do you have any advice for them, and do you remember what it was like when you first stepped on campus?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy for me. You know, I had a lot of expectations for myself and everybody else had for me. I think I had a lot more pressure than they did, but at the same time, you know, you still got to go out there and be yourself every day, work as hard as you can, get in the gym, get your reps up, you know, listen to Coach Anderson and his staff. Ultimately, they have all the answers for you. But, you know, once you step onto the court, you know, you have to answer their own answers. I mean, you have to answer your own questions because, you know, each game is going to be different. Each game plan is going to be different. The team's going to game plan for you differently, and, you know, you have to be ready for it.
Tyler, what do you think about golf?
It's pretty hard. You know, when I was a kid, me and my coach, Marcus McCurl, we used to go, but I never really swung it. I always just watched him golf. And, you know, now I'm starting to, you know, get into habits of trying to swing it a little bit. And, you know, it's kind of frustrating at first because, you know, I kind of missed the ball a little bit here and there. But, you know, I always stick with it. And it's been fun, you know, go out there just to compete. You know, I like when people talk crap and say this and that, so that kind of fires me up a little bit more, too.
So you're playing a little bit?
Yeah, I swung it a couple of times. I didn't really play, but I swung it a couple of times.
I think I read a story you talk about, you know, you didn't expect to be drafted 22nd. You thought you'd be drafted higher, but that you really think Chicago's kind of your kind of city, the working class mentality. How do you like playing for Chicago and the Bulls fans?
I love it. You know, it's a blue-collar city. I'm a blue-collar player, and, you know, they really embrace those players that go out there on a nightly basis and give it their all. It's been fun with me because I've seen, you know, me not play, and, you know, they still stick behind me. He had the free Portis movement my first 2 years, and now, man, it's just, you know, every time I get on the court, I check in the game, the crowd just goes crazy for me. And, you know, when I'm on the court and I'm doing my thing, I flex my arms to the crowd. I see people in the crowd, the kids flexing with me. So, you know, it's a static feeling that I always wanted my whole life, and, you know, hopefully we keep this thing going.
I know you're a great six man for the Bulls, but I know you probably want to start. Just how do you feel about that? Or hey,
I mean,
minutes.
I get that question like every interview I do, but, you know, ultimately I've always been a team player, team first guy, and you know, it's been fun, you know, just to go out there and get some reps and get some experience. But, you know, right now I'm cool with my role. I mean, me being a sixth man, being a scorer off the bench is a pretty good gig in the league. I get to, you know, get my shots up, get my attempts to go out there and just try to ball out. So, you know, it's not a bad gig at all. But, you know, ultimately everybody wants to be a starter, and I do too.
What was that first pitch like at Wrigley?
It was crazy. I threw the first pitch out my rookie year at, you know, White Sox Stadium, but, you know, when I threw it there, I was a little bit more comfortable, man. I checked first, checked second, and, you know, it was a good feeling.
I didn't see the video. Was it a good strike, or how was the throw?
Come on now, man. It's a pretty good pitch, man. Right down the middle.
Yeah. Did you play baseball as a kid?
That was actually the first sport that I played as a kid, that and football. I got into basketball like 4th, 5th grade. But, you know, I played those two sports first. And my mom always thought I would be a baseball or football player, but I kind of grew out there. I got too tall for it, and you know, she still wishes I would have played.
Wrigley's such an iconic sports venue.
It
How
is.
cool was it to be on the mound where all the great players have been going back to the early 1900s? You know?
It was crazy. You know, it was a good crowd there, even on a chilly day. You know, they still come out and support. You know, I didn't really have any sleeves on, so I was kind of freezing a little bit. But you know, once I stepped out there, I kind of warmed up a little bit.
So what?
It was a good feeling.
What did?
Close to Daniel Gafford. What advice did he talk to you for your advice, and kind of what did you think about his decision to come back?
Yeah, he did. He talked to me a little bit, but I kind of like try to stay out of the mix a little bit with you know, players want to leave, players want to stay, things like that. And I want the people to make their own decisions. Ultimately, like, you have to live with it. I don't want anybody coming back one day and, you know, things didn't go the right way, and then they want to, you know, they want to, you know, blame somebody else. So I like people to make their own decisions so they can live with it.
Since he made his decision to come back, though, what do you think? How big is that for the program? Just how good do you think that is for Daniel? Get a little more seasoning.
Very big for the program as a whole, because you know, like you said, we have, you know, what, 6, 7 new guys coming in.
I think it's 9.
9.
Yeah.
So that's even more than we have 9 new players coming in. He'll be one of our most experienced players. He's been through it, you know, been to NCAA tournament, so, you know, he can lead those guys in the right direction. You know, I think the biggest thing with me, I came back here too. I've already been through the fire. I've already seen everything, and, you know, I was ready to lead. And hopefully he can come back and he's ready to lead and, you know, be that guy for us.
You and Daniel are kind of different kind of players.
Yeah.
What do you like about his game? Where do you think he's at right now?
You know, he has a tremendous upside. You know, he can, you know, run. He can run with the best of them, jump with the best of them. Like you said, we're 2 different players, but at the same time, you know, we're still Hogs, and we still have to go out there and lead. He'll be our best player next year. We have to go out there, you know, learn how to lead the team, learn how to, you know, put guys in the right direction. Point guys in the right direction, and, you know, be that guy for us.
How did you handle some of the adversity with things that happened on the court in practice this year, and how much do you think you grew from what happened?
You know, I handled it well. You know, just try to say the right things to the media, stay out the way, stay off social media. Just let my game do the talking. You know, I felt like my game backed up everything that happened in the beginning of the year, and, you know, now I don't even hear anything about that anymore. You know, just, you know, me staying grounded, you know, believing in myself, believing in my abilities, and you know, talking to God, talking to my mom each and every day. Those things help me get through it. And it's been fun, you know, just to ride this wave, and, you know, hopefully this wave can keep going.
I'll come back today for Coach Anderson.
You know, come out here to support, you know, not only Mike Anderson, but, you know, support everybody that's been there through. Everybody's been there through the process with me. All these guys have been there from the jump when I first touched campus in Arkansas in 2013, and you know, they've been riding this wave with me, and, you know, they supported me. They supported me through it all, and I'm supporting them too.
Are you getting ready for a new contract? I'm not as up on that as I should. Are you eligible for a new contract next season?
Yeah, I'm eligible for extension.
Yeah.
You know, we've been talking about it, you know, for about a month now. Hopefully we can come to terms with it.
You feel like you put yourself in a good position?
Yeah,
for
I feel
a nice
like
contract with the way you play?
Yeah, I feel like I put myself in a great position with it. You know, I come to the gym every day. They know that, you know, they know what they're going to get out of me each and every game. Come to the gym early, leave late. I work as hard as I can. I feel like I'm the hardest working player on the team. Blue collar player. I fit the city. You know, we meet somewhere in the middle, somewhere. Me and the city does. You know, I feel like we'll get everything worked out. But if not, I'll play my 4th year, you know, and still try to ball out as much as possible.
I noticed you never wear a headband in the NBA. What happened to the headband?
You know, the Bulls had a rule my rookie year that, you know, they can wear headbands and things like that. So I kind of got away from it. I tried it again my sophomore year, my 2nd year in the league, and it just wasn't me anymore.
Yeah.
I started growing my hair out a little bit, so yeah, I don't really want to put a headband over my hair.
Do you live in Little Rock in the off season, or you live in Chicago? Or what do you do?
I stay in Chicago, LA, and Little Rock, back and forth from those 3. My trainer, we be in LA a lot, working out on my game and get my body prepared for the season. And I work out in Chicago with the Bulls, sometimes Monday through Thursday during the week. And then we have the weekends off, and then, you know, if I have a weekend off, I go home in Little Rock, see my mom, or come up here and see my girlfriend.
And I read you did something. You kind of tricked your mom to get her to go to the house where she wouldn't know you bought it for. What was it you did? What did you tell her?
I told her that we were going to a Razorback charity event, on Sunday for the moms. They were having some special thing for the moms, and if my mom heard anything about the Razorbacks, she's gonna be ecstatic and she wants to come. So she prepared, put her clothes on. My little brothers got dressed, put their clothes on. We drove off, and then like where we were pulling up, she didn't know where we were going. I told her that we were going to North Little Rock. And we went to Maumelle, and when they came in, it was just a great feeling, man. Every day I think about it. My mom still texts me 2-3 times. She can't believe it, this and that, and it's just a great feeling to have. When you're a kid and you see your mom, work as hard as she can to provide for you. You can just go back and help provide for her. Then it's a great feeling to have.
You said this is something you've been thinking about for ever since you were about 10 or 11.
Yeah,
when
10
you
or
realized
11.
you could play ball pretty well.
Yeah, it's been a dream of mine forever, and I worked as hard as I can each and every day, helping to be the best player I can to one day get drafted and have some things to myself that I can help provide for my mom. And it's been a fun ride, and hopefully I can keep riding this thing out, man, as long as possible.
When she walked in the house, is that when she knew you bought it for her? When did she know?
I think she knew when she walked in and she seen everyone there, and they said surprise. My mom was already crying on.
So you had friends and family.
Yes, I had friends and family, and
Yeah.
things of that nature. That all of them were there, and it was a fun feeling.
Did you keep up with Dusty's season in the G League last year?
Yeah, me and Dusty actually hung out twice during the year. When we went to Memphis, played the Grizzlies, we hung out, and when he came to Chicago, when they played our G League team, we hung out too. Me and Dusty text almost every day, and it's one of my good friends since I was a child. Since I was 8, 9, 10 years old, we've been knowing each other for that long. And, that's one of my lifelong friends.
I think he's got a pretty good shot at making a roster soon.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's path is different. Everybody has to go through different things, and he'll go through the rest of this off season. Playing the summer league with their team, and that's when people make their strides in summer league. Teams really start locking in on the guys that's free agents and things like that. And hopefully he can get picked up. Obviously everybody knows he can put the ball in the hole at a high level, shoot the ball, come downhill, get to his float game and things like that. But I feel like he'll have a big shot.
I remember